October 25, 1983, Caribbean strike. The United States launched a military intervention in the Caribbean island nation of Grenada. The operation, designated as Operation Urgent Fury, began at dawn when U.S. forces, alongside troops from Caribbean nations, landed on the island to overthrow the military government of the People's Revolutionary Government. The decision followed a coup that ousted Prime Minister Maurice Bishop, who was later executed with several of his associates. The United States government cited the protection of American citizens and the restoration of constitutional rule as key objectives. The invasion was conducted under a joint command structure led by Vice Admiral Joseph Metcalf III of the U.S. Navy, who commanded Joint Task Force 120. U.S. Marines were assigned to assault the northern part of the island, while U.S. Army Airborne and Ranger units were airlifted to the southern region near the new airstrip at Point Salines. Air Force AC-130 gunships and fighter aircraft supported the troop landings by neutralizing enemy positions and suppressing anti-aircraft fire. The amphibious and airborne assaults secured key objectives, such as the Pearls Airport in the north and the Point Salines airfield in the south, enabling rapid reinforcement and stabilization of the island by Allied forces. The size of the U.S. deployment numbered some 7,000 troops, supported by naval and air assets, in concert with approximately 300 troops from the Caribbean Peace Force under the Regional Security System. The defending forces included approximately 1,300 Grenadian troops, aided by Cuban engineers and military advisors, numbering around 780. The U.S. and Allied forces achieved swift success. Grenadian and Cuban resistance collapsed within days. The mental hospital at Richmond Hill near St. George's was accidentally bombed, with 18 patient fatalities, demonstrating the operational challenges of rapid expeditionary warfare. In the aftermath of combat, the Governor-General of Grenada was reinstated, an interim government formed, and elections held in December 1984. The new administration marked the end of the Marxist-aligned People's Revolutionary Government and the beginning of renewed alignment of Grenada with Western and Caribbean diplomatic partners. The U.S. combat mission ended in December 1983, although U.S. and Caribbean forces remained in advisory and training roles in the country for a time. The international reaction to the intervention was sharply critical. On November 2, 1983, the United Nations General Assembly adopted Resolution 38-7 by a vote of 108-9 with 27 abstentions, declaring the intervention a flagrant violation of international law and demanding the immediate cessation of armed intervention. Several Commonwealth and Caribbean nations, including the United Kingdom, Canada, and Trinidad and Tobago, voiced disapproval of U.S. action on sovereignty grounds. At home, the operation experienced intense scrutiny regarding planning, intelligence shortfalls, command and control flaws, and inter-service coordination problems, eventually prompting reforms in U.S. joint force operations. From a military strategic perspective, Operation Urgent Fury marked the first U.S. military action to overthrow a communist government since World War II. The operation underscored the United States' willingness to intervene in its own regional backyard during the Cold War era, and highlighted the vulnerability of small states to great power intervention. It also served as a case study in rapid deployment, joint force conduct, and post-conflict stabilization. The lessons learned from the operation influenced subsequent U.S. doctrine and prompted the rewriting of joint operational guidelines within the Department of Defense. For enthusiasts of historical ephemera, visit history-collectors.com to find collectibles that might complement your collection. You can own a piece of history.